Chapter 3 Season 3 is often regarded as one of the worst seasons in Fortnite history. However, looking back, I believe that the community has taken what the season gave us for granted. If you happen to enjoy this video, consider subscribing to see more content like this. Let's get straight into the video. The Chapter 3 Season 3 Battle Pass is fairly solid, containing plenty of worthwhile skins. The season introduced us to Eevee, who is still brought up in discussion to this day. The season also introduced us to Snap, a customizable outfit where you can swap out his arms, legs, torso, and head to create your very own action figure. Adira is also a fairly solid outfit, and she also introduced us to the brand new Lance style of pickaxe, which is still being used in new pickaxes nowadays. Malik is also a very strong skin, resembling the classic knight skins of classic Fortnite, while putting a new casual twist on the concept. This Battle Pass also brought us two solid collab outfits to the game, Darth Vader and Indiana Jones. These classic Lucasfilm characters are incredibly fleshed out and have really solid sets, outside of Darth Vader's metal detector. Like seriously, if the TM and Team Mythics can be pickaxes, then lightsabers can be pickaxes as well. While Sabina and Stormfarer are kinda lackluster, they aren't horrible skins, and most Battle Passes have a few slackers. The Chapter 3 Season 3 map is the peak of Chapter 3's map. At launch, a solid chunk of the left side of the map was replaced with a bluish-purple reality biome, bringing the beautiful Reality Falls point of interest, replacing the lackluster Camp Cuddle. This biome also drastically changed Greasy Grove, ravaging the place with giant mushrooms, allowing for a more dynamic location, as Greasy was previously a pretty flat area. Rave Cave also replaced Command Cavern, turning the remains of the IO's main base of operations into a raving club that is always ready for a party. Rave Cave also introduced the Baller Coaster, which would basically turn your baller into a roller coaster car, allowing you to circle to POI. Chapter 3 Season 3 also saw the return of slipstreams, however they were fairly limited, mainly being found around Rave Cave. There were also reality routes around the island, which would tease upcoming map changes. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this, but the map changed a lot throughout the season. The first of these mid-season map changes was changing Logjam Lumberyard to Logjam Lotus. Logjam Lotus was a unique POI, as it would choose a different theme each game, being themed around Colossal Coliseum, Lazy Lagoon, or Tilted Town. This would be the only named POI to receive this treatment, however smaller parts of other POIs such as Condo Canyon and Sleepy Sound would also get the shifting location treatment. Within the same update as Logjam Lotus, there would also be 5 Imperial docking bays to promote the Star Wars collab with Darth Vader being in the Battle Pass, but we'll talk more about this later. In the following update, Butter Barn would receive a similar change to Logjam Lumberyard, where its theme would change to something different each round. After Butter Barn's change would come another new named POI to celebrate the Indiana Jones collaboration, Shuffled Shrines. This new named POI features an elaborate puzzle that will unlock a room full of loot. Okay, the puzzle wasn't too complicated, but it did feature a nice reference to the bowler scene from Indiana Jones, so that's pretty cool. Nothing too interesting happened in the following update other than Sleepy Sound getting an update similar to Logjam Lotus and the Block 2.0 buildings being placed inside of Tilted Towers, which was pretty neat. The following update saw the return of the Chapter 1 named location, Lazy Lagoon, replacing the Daily Bugle, ending the Spider-Man collaboration. Although the only thing the Chapter 3 Lazy Lagoon had in common with its Chapter 1 version was the theming because their layouts were nothing alike. The final update of the season was an interesting one because all of the reality shifting locations stopped changing and stuck to one theme, with Logjam Lotus changing to Logjam Junction, sticking with the Tilted Town theme, Butter Barn changing to a Neo-Tilted theme, half a Sleepy Sound changing to a Coral Castle theme, and a part of Condo Canyon changing to a Colossal Coliseum theme. This was weird because it felt like they were moving something that made these POIs interesting, however they were still solid locations. The beginning of the season didn't bring anything interesting. The launch of the season brought the 2-shot shotgun, the Hammer Assault Rifle, and the DMR. None of these weapons are all too interesting, however the Hammer has received a cult following in recent times. Reality Seeds were also introduced, and they would function similarly to Tents, where their data would persist throughout different matches. The difference between the two is that while Tents would save items you put in them throughout your games, the Reality Seeds would grow fruits that would grant you loot, and they would increase their rarity the longer you leave them, going up to Mythic rarity. While Reality Seeds sound cool, they weren't used that often until you got up to Mythic, because it would sort of force you to land at the edge of the map so no one else would take your fruits. The season launched with a couple of unvaults, being the Chug Cannon, Slurp Mushroom, and Baller. While the Chug Cannon and Slurp Mushroom aren't too interesting, the Baller was unvaulted for the first time since Chapter 1 Season 9. With the introduction of the Baller coasters at Rave Cave, this makes sense. However, they returned with an unrechargeable fuel meter, so no one really used them. Storm Sickness was also added this season, however it's quite rare to encounter it in an actual game unless you were actively going for it. A little over a week into the season, the Grapple Glove was added, which was practically a poor man's web shooters. They were still cool, however they did feel a bit more clunky than the original. The following update would see a continuation on the Star Wars collaboration, adding the Darth Vader boss, who drops his unique lightsaber, which is the only one that you can use as a ranged weapon. This wasn't too useful, but it was cool nonetheless. This update also introduced the Ripsaw Launcher, a fairly unique weapon with the main purpose of damaging builds. The E11 Blaster Rifle was also reintroduced, which is cool, but the gun isn't too great. The following week, we received the Firework Flare Gun, which is just a reskin flare gun, however it looks cooler, so I'm fine with its addition. After that, we received the Lackluster Charge SMG, which was quite weak, however it also came with the removal of the Combat SMG, which was way too dominant. The Portafort was also unvaulted, which is always always nice to see. We then saw the combat assault rifle make its return. Nothing too dominating, but nothing bad either. The next update we received the Prime Shotgun, which is a really unique idea for a shotgun. However, I feel as if the idea could have been executed a little better, but I still think this shotgun is really solid. A few days later, we received the No Sweat Summer update. While this update is regarded as quite lackluster, we actually received a few interesting additions. First, Ice Cream and all of its variants were added in this update, and served as a gimmicky healing item, with different effects depending on the variant you chose. The Boogie Bomb and 0 Point Fish were also unvaulted, which helped spice up gameplay. Midway through the summer update, Crash Pads were unvaulted, and they helped with mobility. We also received Junk Rifts, however they don't do much given the state of player base's skill during this time. Impulse Grenades were also unvaulted, which is always a great addition. We did receive more loophole changes, however they deserve their own section. The Dragon Ball collab is arguably one of the most hyped updates in Fortnite's history. This update brought 2 brand new mythics with it, the Kamehameha and Nimbus Cloud. The Nimbus Cloud isn't too interesting, just being a reskin of Silver Surfer Surfboard or the Witch Room from Chapter 2 Season 4. However, the Kamehameha is the first overpowered anime superpower we ever received. The Kamehameha would prop you up slightly from your current position, charge up for a bit, turn the screen blue for everyone around you, and shoot a massive beam that did 40 damage per hit. And then this thing hit more than once a second, as it was just a gigantic laser beam. The Dragon Ball update also brought us our first mini pass. This pass didn't feature a skin. However, it featured the charging up emote as the max reward. Despite this, there was an even more sought out reward from the Dragon Ball event, being the Shenron glider. You could gain access to this glider by completing quests during the event and collecting all the Dragon Balls. There was also 4 outfits released, being the Son Goku outfit, the Vegeta outfit, the Beerus outfit, and the Bulma outfit. These skins were really good for their time, however newer Dragon Ball skins have made these ones sort of outdated. This collab is often regarded as the saving grace of the season, however I see it as a solid addition to a solid season. That's all I have to say for this video. Do you think that Chapter 3 Season 3 is overhated? If so, leave a comment down below letting me know why you think so. That's all for now, however. If you would like to support me, you can always use code WATSOG in the Fortnite item shop. I'll see you in the next one. Later.